You cannot escape from death.
The time is almost upon us. When you're watching this video, it will be December the 1st. When December the 6th hit, everything for Tekken will change. We will crown the first ever champion for this year, but then also we will get the final, the last character for season 1. This is a good opportunity for the developers to get back on track. I know we've been talking about it to death, but I'm just as excited as you guys for this conversation to end. Will the developers step up and deliver balance? That's also something you could consider. This game kinda is hard stuck at 2 million sales. They reached 2 million sales very early on. 1 million sales day one. That's all pre-orders. That's players believing in the franchise, believing in the game. Over the course of the next month, the game sold another 1 million copies. That is when things started to get pretty crazy. You had 333 Eddie, you had them trying to take down mods, you had the unbalancing issues start to rise. Then people started to discover what the game truly had to offer. You had some more monetization issues. Things got pretty rocky pretty fast. And as a result, the game has it hasn't reached 3 million sales. In that same time span, we watched Street Fighter go from 3 million to 4 million. We watched Mortal Kombat go 3 million to 4 million. Tekken has yet to hit that 3 million threshold. And with the game currently being on sale, I wonder, is this going to happen? It's 50% off on Steam. And with all of the hype surrounding this event and the DLC characters and all of this stuff, if it is a guest character, a lot of people say that brings a lot of attention to the game. Then that probably will push it over the threshold to hit that 3 million, because I guarantee they're pretty close. This is pretty interesting. So when you look at Steam, we all know that the Steam charts was locked back on October the 5th because the developers had a little oopsie. Press X to forgive yourself is what they had to do. They put the stage in there for $5. That caused its first backlash. They then banned a Chinese player simply for being Chinese, and then that created this huge backlash. The entire Steam review was locked and is still locked. We're almost 2 months later and it is still locked. But what's interesting about this is with this game going on sale, you have a lot of new people purchasing the game and giving new feedback, new reviews. As you can see here, there's a lot of people who are reviewing this game positively. 290 views, 504 views, 280 views, 197 views. This is going to continue for as long as the game is on sale. And also, once they start to do announcements and whatnot, that's only going to bring more attention to the game and more people are going to come in. So even though they did some bad things, they can recover. And that's basically what this whole graph is showing. Everyone wants to know who's the final character. And honestly, first I'll say this. So the Game Awards is very close to this. I don't know if it's 2 days before or if it's 2 days after. I think it's 2 days after. But a lot of people are saying, will we get a reveal here or will we get a reveal at the Game Awards, or will they do both? In my opinion, I think they will only do a reveal at the TWT Finals. Never through the entire lifespan of Tekken 7 did they do a reveal for a trailer for a character at one of those gaming events. They only did it at their finals, Evo, or like Evo Japan. That was it. And that's for the entirety of the lifespan of Tekken 7. The only time they went to those big events is when they were showing off like a new game. And that's because for those new events, you have to pay money to go up on stage. You have to pay for every word you say, you have to pay for. And for them, it's better to just do it at your own event. Harada and Michael Murray can stand up on the Tekken World Tour stage for hours and we'll all watch with our jaws on the floor. So they don't need to go to the Game Awards to get their message across. They can do that efficiently, effectively, and costly from the stage of the Tekken World Tour, like they have for the best-selling Tekken of all time, Tekken 7. So that doesn't need to change. Now, when you talk about what are they going to show, going back to the important message that they gave us back when the Steam review bomb was in full effect, they told us straight up that the final character will have a stage that drops with it. I don't know if the stage will be the characters. Like Lydia's beach stage isn't technically Lydia's beach stage. Will it be one of those kind of things where we get a stage but it's not really the characters, or will the stage tie into the character? That could give us an indication of who the character is, what they're trying to do, because a lot of people are expecting or are believing that the final character is a guest character. Everyone believes it. It's not impossible for the character to be something else other than a guest character. I mean, if you think about it, we went into Evo thinking that we knew Marnock was going to be the final character, and then they surprised us. They still can do something like that, and you do got to keep in mind they never ever confirmed or acknowledged it being a guest character. That's just what the players are assuming. I just want to highlight that because, like, you know, I know if it's not a guest character, people's gonna be like, oh, I moonsault, you lied, but everyone's just kind of trying to make an informed guess on this thing, right? Now, as for who the character can be, of course, people are throwing around the Tifas, the Kiri Kazamas, and what I thought was so interesting is when Harada visited Sweden, basically they had this 30th anniversary celebration take place there. He played a game with the great main man Swede. Michael Murray was there. No reveals or anything was done. This was just a moment to celebrate Tekken. I'll put pictures up, but they had many different Tekkens scattered all throughout. People were just having a good time playing games, remembering the good times. But as this little party was going on, you had the developers of Payday 3 show up. Payday 3 says, Payday Twitter man is celebrating 30 years of Tekken with Harada. Harada says, thank you for coming to our event. These guys are there and they're talking about the game. As you can see, someone says Tekken Payday collab win, 6 likes. Now, the reason why a lot of people are looking at this and eyeballing it is because this is something that Harada has done before. Here's a post from 2 years ago where Harada met up with the Payday developers once again in Stockholm. So this is the same place, same people talking about the same thing, we would assume. Now, for those of you who don't know, Harada is a huge fan of Payday. Huge fan. I was going to show you guys a bunch of tweets of like how much this guy talks about Payday, but really I'll just cut to the chase and show you guys the most important 2 tweets. One, you have this one here where someone asks Harada his favorite game and he says Payday, which he's been playing it since 2013 all the way up until 2024. So basically over a decade. But then at the height of all of his talking and yapping about Payday, the Payday developers say, when are we doing a collaboration? Harada says, I always want to. Now, of course, a lot of people aren't thinking about characters because I can't think of any one Payday character that's super iconic that would stand out and would be a good way to end off the year for Tekken. But also what a lot of people were thinking that this could be referring to is simply the customization shop. Payday has legendary mask designs, and any of these, a collection of these being put into the store as like either a package deal, free, purchasable, whatever, would be incredible for them to do. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but we know that they have a lot of things planned, and I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like this either now or in the future. Fortnite is doing incredible things as well. Right now, they're doing like this Juice WRLD event that broke the all-time record, 12 million plus current players in the game at one time. Fortnite is doing things different, and finally Tekken can be a part of it. We don't know exactly when those Tekken skins will show up, but the fact that you have all of this taking place at the same time as the finals, I wonder if all of these things are going to tie together and somehow shape up to be, you know, related to the final character, the final stage. What if we get a Fortnite stage, but then a Yakuza Kiri Kazama character? Okay, let me stop speculating. Moonsault Slayer, don't do that. Now, this is a big opportunity. The Tekken World Tour Finals. This moment was and is always the biggest moment of the year. This event is going to be split up into 3 days. First, you have on Friday, December the 6th. This is going to be the LCQ. You have a total of 563 people entering the LCQ. This is broken up into 32 different polls. Look at FDX right there. FDX is going to be there. Nice. Well, I see Super Akuma, Pena, Steffi Black is going to, oh my God, Imusician's going to be there. Jimmy J Tran's gonna be here. Holy smokes. Those names right there, bro, legendary. Kanan Trench, Kaisuke, John Dean, Tekken Master. Holy smokes. But then also, once you move on from day number 1, because day number 1 is gonna be a bloodbath, bro. But once you get into day number 2, that's when things get a little bit more interesting. You have the Tekken Regional Finals. Now, this is pretty different from every other previous tournament. And it's kind of been something they've been trying to fine tweak for a while, right? Because the developers, they kind of, I'm not going to say they don't like, but they kind of don't like that the same players make it top 20 every time. You know, back in 2022, back in 2023, they were trying to figure out more ways to where they could represent every region. And it kind of finalized in this form where you take the regional leaders of each region and you put them head to head and you see which one of them can come out on top. That's going to take place on the 7th, and then whoever wins that is going to show up the next day with the LCQ people, the regional people, and they're going to join all of the 20 people who are already in the finals. And on the 8th, it's going to be chaos. Regardless of how unbalanced you say Tekken 8 is, these players are very different. They're very skilled, and all of them is practicing very, very hard. And the balancing hasn't really changed that much over 5-6 months. So players are going into this knowing exactly what they're up against, and there's going to be more than enough time to surprise, to rise, to fall, to upset, right? So I'm going to be looking at that.